Today's project for the DIY Wing It guy is to replace the driver's side tires on my old EZGO golf cart. I did the front tire yesterday and learned a lot in that process, and so I'm going to take what I learned from that and walk you through how I do the rear tire. Hopefully there'll be some good experiences to share. Now the rear rim is off the golf cart, and so our first objective is going to be to break the bead on both sides of this rim. You'll see basically I'm going to use the screwdrivers to puncture the edge of the tire along the rim, and then a pry bar to drive it off of the rim to break the bead. So hopefully all goes smoothly as it sounds.
Okay, let's get the stem out of this valve. All right, we'll hang on to that because we'll need to put that back in later. All right, before we do anything, let's hit the rim with a little WD-40. Let that soak in WD-40 for a bit. I'm going to take a little skinny screwdriver and just try to puncture this edge of the tire so we can get that pry bar in there. Put a few little holes in there. Follow that with a little bit bigger screwdriver. See if we can get the pry bar in there. Okay, I got the pry bar in there. There we go. And just like that, we broke the bead on this side. Make sure she broke all the way around. Pretty good. Now that we got the beads broke, this rim should just come right on out of there. I have the rim all nice and clean, and so now it's time to start putting the new tire on. First thing I'm going to do though is put the valve stem back in the valve, or excuse me, the valve back in the stem. We're going to go ahead and put the new tire on. Okay, well, that pops on there pretty good. The tools I'm going to use, this auto body rivet tool, a bunch of screwdrivers, and I'm going to use 2 pairs of vice grips that will basically clamp to the rim once I get the tire started. So, as I mentioned, I start with a pair of vice grips. Put it right on the edge of the rim. Okay, so now that will keep the tire from coming back over the rim while I work my way around. See if I go like this. Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll work the vice grips around as I get the rubber behind the rim. I'll use some screwdrivers to help with that too. Okay, see if we can move the vice grips. Past the halfway mark, it should go a lot easier. About got it. Ta-da! Okay, let's get the screwdrivers out. And a rivet tool and 2 pairs of vice grips. Okay, And just like that, the tire is on the rim. All I have is a little electric inflator, so I'm going to put a winch strap around the center of the tire, so it'll like push the edge of the tire out towards the bead. Tire lubricant on it. We'll pump it up until it at least holds some air, and then we'll remove the strap and finish it from there. And try to get the beads to pop. So that's next. We'll winch that down a little more. Now when I go to inflate it, I'm going to have to release that. Okay, I have this tire lube. I'm going to spray around the rim. That'll help me maybe get a little seal. Okay, that spot right there looks to be a problem. Okay, that's better. All right, we'll winch that down just a little more. See what that does. Okay, what I have is this old Craftsman electric inflator, and hopefully that'll be enough. It's worked on the front tire when I did that. The trick is to get it to hold some air initially, and then release this winch once it's holding some air. So we're gonna hook this baby up and hit it. Holding a little bit of air, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to release this winch. I think it's still holding air. The tire is holding air, but the bead has not popped into place yet. Looks like partially on the back, but not on the front. And these things are max 30 pounds. When I did the front tire, I only had to get to like 15 or 20 before it popped the bead. So it's going to be noisy with the air compressor running, but I'm going to go ahead and just start it again. And hopefully you'll be able to hear the bead set when it goes. Okay, the bead is set on the back. You heard it set on the front first, so that tire is fully on the rim. I'll go get a pressure gauge and see how much pressure is in there. As long as it's more than 20, that's good enough for riding around on the golf cart, and be right back. Looks like we got 15 pounds. So I'll air it up a little bit more, get to about 20 pounds, and then I'll mount it on the cart. So there you have it. New tire on the back, previously new tire in the front. So driver's side of this old EZGO golf cart, all new tires. Gotta like it. So the hardest part of the job was getting the old rim, the old tire off the rim. Putting the new one on wasn't too bad. So if you got a better way to break the bead on the old tire to get it off, maybe leave a comment or something. We can help people do it better than how I did it. But I think we're good to go. I'm gonna take this thing around the block for a little spin and then park it and plug it in for golfing tomorrow. I feel like overall a successful project. We winged it and it worked. Gotta like it.